doing around the Red Bull Ring, and actually we actually only have 5 minutes of qualifying here. So the drivers here are under extra pressure to get that lap time in, that all-important pole position that they're desperately looking for here to ensure victory at the end of this 20-minute race here. So you can see drivers are already leaning on one another, but let's have a quick look at who we have and where they are seated. It looks like Riyad Al-Rifari is back with us here, as is Walid Tahir. And Wael Tahir, who actually unfortunately lost second position in our Assetto Corsa Competizione race and had been bumped down to third due to a penalty. So Abdulaziz Al-Saud is promoted to second. And he's actually here, he's on simulator number 8. I'm not sure if he actually knows about his bump in position, but he's no doubt he's going to be very happy about that. Iyad Falata, who's done now all 3 races here today, so he's having a mighty jam-packed schedule, and he's trying to improve his vision, trying to get that all-important podium finish here in Gran Turismo Sport. And then to round out the top 5, we have Faisal Al-Dismani, who is on the far right-hand side. Then we have on the top row, Mohamed Al-Jabba, who was in the first race but not the second race. So great to see him back with Ahmed Hawasawi alongside for company. Abdulaziz Al-Saud, as we said, is here already in simulator number 8, and Abdullah bin Jadid, now his name has changed, it was Abdullah Jadid, who was our race winner from Assetto Corsa Competizione, is here. And then we have Mashari Al-Nazi, here with us as well. So just 5 minutes of qualifying here. As we said, it's very crucial that you get the lap time in as early as possible, and you don't put a foot wrong anywhere, because the flying lap actually counts within this 5-minute session here to get this underway. And of course, straight after this, we'll go into our finals here for Race Room, where we have a prize pool of 11,000 Saudi Arabian Riyals on offer. They will be shared, I'm not going to say equally, but it's shared between our top 5, and they will be the recipients of cash, and of course one of them will be walking away with an additional prize as well. So let's have a look at who sets in the fastest lap of the race. Now, of course, we could easily look for our top 3 from the Assetto Corsa Competizione race that we had today, and of course the Race Room one as well, because we have a few drivers that have done the 2 races already. Some of them done 1 race already. So of course, Jadid is one to look out for. Wael Tahir is also one to look out for as well. He's been mighty quick in both of the Race Room and the Assetto Corsa Competizione car. So that will be very interesting to watch what they can do. So again, as we had in Assetto Corsa Competizione, this is kind of like a spec series where they all run the Aston Martin Vantage Group 4 car, the GT4 spec. Now this is the older version of the Aston Martin that we've seen compared to Assetto Corsa. This is the 2017, maybe a little bit older model here. It has the V8 that was built by Aston Martin, as the first lap is in the books there, and it's a 1:38.614 for the first lap. However, it doesn't seem to have counted for some reason. It still shows blank at the top of the screen, so I'm not sure if that was a legitimate lap, and he may have to do it again. 4.6 seconds is a 1:43.228. That's much better. That 1:38 was mighty quick, so someone's definitely cut the track here and there. That's why his time has not popped up on the screen. Now, interesting to note here with the Group 4 cars here is if you go inside the car, you'll notice that the cars are right-hand drive. Now, when they were built for real-life racing in GT4, they were actually left-hand drive, so that's a small piece of information, probably irrelevant information, but it's always nice to note. There's little tiny details that might always be accurate. There's also some scoops on the bonnet that are missing as well in Gran Turismo compared to the real-life car, but again, very minute details. So around the Red Bull Ring here, we have only 9 corners. It's about 4.6 kilometers in length. It's quite a short circuit actually here. So we'll see quite quick lap times and the 20-minute session that we have coming up. But for the time being, our leader here is Riyad Al-Rifai, who is being shown as the leader, although his time didn't actually appear. Now it has, and he's 2.4 seconds faster than Walid Tahir, and alongside him is Wael Tahir, and those 3 are definitely 3 that you've got to keep an eye on. Jadid is also another driver that we're going to have to keep a close eye on, as is Iyad as well. So essentially, actually, the entire bottom row, we all got to keep a close eye on here to see what they can do. So this will be the last lap the drivers have to complete in qualifying, and then we'll set the field up here for the 20-minute race here we have at the Red Bull Ring here. Our last of the finals here for the Marshals, and it looks like an improvement on the last lap as well for Riyadh, who has got 1:38.608. He went thousandths of a second faster than his previous time. As an improvement there for Jadid, but unfortunately the improvement has not served him well because he's still tumbling down the order in quali, and he's now starting lower down than he first anticipated here at the Red Bull Ring. So we have about a minute and a half to go here, because I think we still have two drivers that have yet to come across the line and collect the checkered flag to end their session here around the Red Bull Ring here in the Aramco Sim Arena. Of course, we're using Gran Turismo Sport. After this, we will have the final here or the overall final, where we have prizes on offer for our finishers. As I said, a prize pool of 11,000 Saudi Arabian Riyals on offer between 5 drivers. Our top 5 will receive prizes that total to 11,000 Saudi Arabian Riyals, and of course the overall winner will actually walk away with a special prize as well. So the last driver is across the line. That means the qualifier is over, and there is the field. Riyad Al Rafai in all-important pole position. Alongside him is Walid Tahir, and those are your top 2. We didn't quite catch who was third on downwards, but now the race will get underway. 20 minutes of racing here around the Red Bull Ring inside the Aramco Sim Arena. We're getting ready for another exciting finale here. This is the final race for the Marshals, the epic Marshals in orange that, well, without them, we wouldn't be able to go motor racing here in Saudi Arabia or anywhere in the world, really, because Marshals play such a crucial responsibility when it comes to motor racing. Here is the start now of our final race in the Marshals tournament. 3 seconds to go, and it is green flag, and we're racing here once again. 20 minutes of racing coming away, give or take 14 laps of racing, and it's a great start already from the race leader, Riyad Al Rafai, who leads here already into turn 1, as we see Tahir trying to close up. No, better yet, that's not Tahir, is it? That is Iyad that's trying to close the gap already. One driver out wide, that is Abdullah Jadid, who is unfortunately he's going the wrong direction actually, not like he did in the Assetto Corsa race, did he? Because he went straight to the lead of the race. Now he's going straight to the back of the field by the looks of it here. So not the best start for Jadid here, not going to go back-to-back wins here at the Aramco Sim Arena. Great battle already brewing for second position. This, of course, allows our race leader, Riyad, to escape up the road and try and put a gap between himself and the battle for second position. And it looks like we're going to have a 3-way battle soon enough, as we ride on board now with Walid Tahir, who is currently sitting in second position. Right tucked in behind him is Iyad, and then behind him is, I think it's Wild. No, it's not Wild, Tahir. It is Faisal that's tucked in behind him there in 4th position, lurking ever so close. They're just watching out to see what's going to happen here. Are these two going to fumble over one another, and is he going to be the one to capitalize? Well, we'll have to wait and see here around the Red Bull Ring we go. So this is the battle we're looking back from the back bumper of Walid Tahir, who is trying to keep Iyad at bay for the time being. About 2 car lengths separate these two here. It's 0.3 of a second at the moment, the gap between these two, and it's 2.8 seconds and growing between these two and the race leader here around the Red Bull Ring. So deep into the corner we go. Here's a battle for 5th position. It's a 3-way battle as well between Mohammed Al-Jabbar. Then we have in 6th position at the moment is Abdulaziz Al-Saud. Remember, he finished 2nd in the Assetto Corsa Competizione final, and then behind them is Abdullah Jadid, who is struggling here in this race, and someone's picked up a penalty, and that is the 5th placed overall car. That is Mohammed Al-Jabbar, who has picked up 0.5 of a second worth of a penalty there that needs to be added. So he's going to have to slow down, and that's going to be traumatic. Oh, a bit of a jump there over the cone for one of the drivers there. That was certainly unexpected. As they continue on here, great battle here for 5th position. It's not even for the lead of the race or 2nd. This is outside of the podium as well in 5th position. A great 3-way battle here between these drivers. And now it looks like he's shaken the penalty down to 1/10 of a second, but he's going to have to still shake that before the end of the race, as race leader continues to extend his gap here around the Red Bull Ring inside the Aramco Sim Arena. Riyad Al Rafai leads the field here. So we're locked in battle here for 5th position, not even 2nd position. This is the battle for 5th. 3 drivers battling out there, and then we've got a queue of cars in front as well, which is 3 cars that are battling. A bit of bumping there through the corner. trying to nudge each other out wide and muscling their way through here on the Aston Martins. Fastest lap of the race, a 1:42.052. That's 4 seconds off of the fastest lap in qualifying. And let's see how this works out through the final corner. Who's going to brake late? Everyone seems to try and find some bit of tarmac that they can use to find a way through. As out wide goes Abdulaziz Al Saud, and he loses out of position there, drops down to 7th place, and loses out on 6th there. And you can see just up the road, the battle is now starting to kind of dissipate further up the road there. That 3-car train is now expanded into, well, just a 2-car train, which leaves, unfortunately, one of the drivers out of contention for a podium finish for the time being. But there's still plenty of time left on the clock. 16 minutes of racing action here around the Red Bull Ring here. Looking on the bonnet here of Abdullah Jadid, who's trying to work his way back up the order, trying to go back for back-to-back wins here on the Aston Martins, going from one from Assetto Corsa Competizione now into one for in the older spec Aston Martin. Both with V8s though, but not similar displacements at all. Actually, 2 different engines, as unfortunately Mashari has spun round through turn 1, and he's lost it again on the exit of turn 1 as well. So not a great race here for Al Nazi, who is way at the back of the field here around the Red Bull Ring. Here again is the battle for 5th position. Jadid still looking for a way past. He wants to find a way through because he wants to be in contention here for a podium finish. But it's going to be quite a tough ask because he's got a car behind him and a car in front, so he has to attack and defend at the same time, which is no easy feat. It's the new fastest lap of the race, a 1:38.523. Now Jadid looks on the inside, brakes as late as he dares. He leans on his rival there, pushes him out wide, and this is allowing the car behind to come through, but he's missed his braking point there. Actually, all 3 of them have missed their braking point because they follow each other through. One of them has picked up a penalty, though. That is Al Saud, who's picked up that penalty. 5/10 of a second, which will drop him back, and he's going to have to shake that before the end of the race. As again, on the inside goes. This time, Mohammed Al-Jaber looking for a way through, as he momentarily lost the position. And on the inside as well goes Abdulaziz Al Saud. And puts Jadid down into 9th position now. Sorry, 8th position here around the Red Bull Ring. Sorry, 7th actually, because this battle is for 5th, not 6th. As around the outside goes Al Saud. He's looking to improve as well. He wants to find a way through here, and he wants to try and catch the cars that are in front of him. There's a relatively incident-free race up ahead. It looks like Al Rifai has got clean air in front and behind him. Nothing too much to worry about. There's a bit further back from him is Walid Tahir. And while Tahir is not in the mix yet, but Iyad is there. Currently running in 3rd position. Looking for a podium finishing position here in the final race for the Marshals here at the Aramco Sim Arena. Basically, this battle still brewing here for 5th position. You would have thought this would be a battle for the lead of the race. No, this is a battle for the mid-pack here at the moment in the Aston Martins, as one of the drivers runs wide through the corner there. That was Mohammed Al-Jaber, who ran wide. He's come back onto the track, and unfortunately has not impeded those behind him, but he did stay out in head, which is more important for him at the time being. Runs wide, and a little bit of a shunt there from Abdulaziz Al Saud. Trying to push him out wide, of course, going a bit fast through that corner there, runs wide through the final corner as well. No doubt he'll pick up a penalty for that, as we've seen that a number of times, although he doesn't look like he's gained any sort of advantage, so he will not pick up a penalty for running wide through that final corner. But again, heavy into the braking zone, as late on the brakes as possible, loses a little bit of momentum there through that corner. It was Abdulaziz Al Saud, and unfortunately loses out on another position there. Now, these 3 need to start working together, because if they can start catching 4th position, which I have a feeling is Wael Tahir, who is just up the road, and there he is going through the corner. Now, if these 3 sort of create a slipstream train, they can kind of slipstream their way to the back bumper and make this a 4-way battle, and it won't be for 5th anymore, it will be for 4th position overall. As here we're looking at Abdulaziz Al Saud, who is currently running in 7th position at the moment. It's still locked in battle here for 5th. As the gap starts to build between these cars here, now up to about 2 to almost 3 car lengths separating each one here. As you You see in the track back in the top right-hand corner, you can see how the rest of the field are all spread out. It's just these three that are locked in battle. As we said, we have Abdulaziz Al Saud, we have Abdullah Jadid, and we have Mohammed Al Jaber all mixed up here, all battling for one position. As you said, the mid-pack as well that they're battling for. New fastest lap of the race, a 1:38.080 for the race leader, Raed Al Rifai, who continues to lead. Again, late on the brakes there for Abdullah Jadid, who is still trying to find a way through here. And it looks like 7th position is kind of falling back. Actually, no, 7th position is kind of reading their way in. As they're also reading in 4th position as well. So we may get that four-way battle. Actually, 7 that has dropped back from this battle. A look on the inside here from Jadid, looking to take 5th position away. But now these two have actually caught up to 4th place. So the battle is no longer for 5th. It's actually for 4th position overall here. We have the Red Bull Ring. And Iyad now will be the man who will lead this battle. And I don't think he expected to see 2 cars in his train. And here, a big dive on the inside from Mohammed Al Jaber. Very late on the brakes there. Got the move, but unfortunately ran wide, which concedes the position back to Iyad. And that's not Iyad, is it? No, it isn't. That's actually Faisal that's there in 4th position. And again, looking on the inside is Al Jaber. And a slight bump there and pushes him out wide. That was quite a NASCAR move there going through. And unfortunately for Faisal, he has been bumped out of the way. Here's a replay of that. So on the inside is Al Jaber. On the outside is Iyad. And he'll be bumped on the left-hand side there. Left-hand side quarter panel means the right rear quarter panel. And unfortunately for Faisal, he's been pushed out. And that battle now has gone down to just 2 cars battling for what is now 4th position out on track here at the Red Bull Ring. So we're in the second half of the race here in our final for the Marshals, with Raed Al Rifai essentially escaping up the road. He doesn't have to look anywhere until he starts catching back marker traffic, but a very clean and collective race for him. Here is the battle again for 4th position. It is Mohammed Al Jaber, and I think that's Abdulaziz Al Saud with him. No, it's not. It's Abdullah Jadid that is with him. So Al Jaber and Jadid here battling for 4th position. This is not podium, but if they can work together, they can see if they can catch the back bumper of Iyad, who is the man that's currently circulating in 3rd place overall. But that gap is 16.3 seconds to the good for the time being. As Jadid looking again for way on the inside. As a little bit wide through the corner there goes Al Jaber. And that allows the door to open for Jadid. But no doubt he'll be looking for redemption now in the next corner. Gets a little bit loose there through that corner as well. Actually, this is further back. And here is a replay of the incident. Actually, this is further back, isn't it? This is not the incident we were just looking at. This is further back, as unfortunately there, Abdulaziz Al Saud gets a little loose through the corner and loses some time. Back here with this battle, and we've got a back marker in front of them as well. Now, after speaking to a few of the drivers who raced in the GT final, especially the ladies yesterday, they said even though the car is ghosting and you can go through it, it's the shadow that really throws you off because you still think the car is actually there. And that really impacted some of the drivers from yesterday. And it will no doubt impact some of the drivers we have here today as well. 8 minutes to go on the clock in this 20-minute session. As unfortunately, Mohammed Al Jaber gets it all wrong, and that allows Abdulaziz Al Saud to go through. Now we're looking at Iyad here. Falata, who is having a relatively quiet and incident-free race here in 4th, just up the road from that battle. And now again, this duo that were battling now has once again become a trio. And here is the race leader by 11.2 seconds to the good in his Aston Martin. Raed Al Rifai leads here around the Red Bull Ring. Someone's picked up a penalty as well. The car that's in 6th position overall, that's Mohammed Al Jaber, has picked up a penalty. There it is, fighting of a second as well. I presume that's for running out wide somewhere and gaining time. He'll have to slow down to reduce that penalty. As more cars run wide through turn 2. Oh, and around goes Abdulaziz Al Saud, unfortunately. Just again, too early on the accelerator there and just lost it. And now, unfortunately, out of that battle as well. Here is a replay of it. So he runs wide through the corner, and you can just see him actually there all by lonesome. Just loses it. I think he thought he was a little bit too close there, but too early on the accelerator, and that's caused him to spin all the way round. So here he is, unfortunately circulating down now in 7th position. I wonder if he can jump on board now with 2nd place, because we haven't seen much of Walid Tahir at the moment. There he is. He's 12 seconds back from the race leader, but more importantly, he's 3 seconds up the road. But that gap looks to be like it's closing here between 2nd and 3rd overall. So Walid Tahir is 2nd, and 4th is Iyad at the moment. Sorry, 3rd is Iyad. So Walid is 2nd, Iyad is 3rd, and here he is. He's bringing that gap down. 2.6 seconds now is the gap between those top two. And let me second and third, excuse me. Now looking at 4th position overall, here is Abdullah Jadid, who is trying to chase down the field now. Remember, he was our winner in a set of Corsa Competizione, but unfortunately, it looks like he might not have enough time on the clock. 6 minutes to go. Certainly going to be a tough ask to claw back those 16 seconds. Again, the battle for 5th has been certainly a talking point here throughout the race. It has been probably the battle to keep an eye on throughout the race as well, as it's been non-stop since the get-go, essentially, as they're going to go too wide through the corner. Now heading into the braking zone to turn 2, very late on the brakes there is the Mohammed Al-Jaber car, and unfortunately, see how late he was on the brakes, he just missed his braking point and gone off wide. So unfortunately, that is going to put him in a deficit. Here is a replay. Just look how late he is on the brakes compared to Abdulaziz Al-Saud. So that's great news there for Al-Saud, because he will sneak through. Sorry, that's not Al-Saud, that is Faisal. Apologies for that. He is further, unfortunately, Al-Saud is a bit further back here at the moment. He's all the way down in 8th position by the looks of it. Sorry, 7th now, because he's just retaken that position back. So again, we focus our attention here on the battle for 5th position overall. It is 0.6 of a second separating the two of them. Al-Jaber really knows where to close the gap, but just has to be very careful when he chooses his braking points here, because he seems to overshoot quite a few of them here, and that's cost him heaps of time as well here around the Red Bull Ring. So less than 5 minutes to go. We're in the final quarter of the race here, and of course straight after this we'll move on into the race room final as well, where 5 of the drivers, or actually, sorry, 10 of the drivers, if not more of them by the looks of it, will be playing for a prize pool of 11,000 Saudi Arabian Riyals here at the Aramco Sim Arena. The top 5 will walk away with the prizes, and of course, the driver who wins will also walk away with an additional prize as well. As we're looking once again here at this battle for 5th position. Here is Faisal at the moment, so he's lost out to Mohammed Al-Jaber, but it looks like Al-Jaber has picked up yet another penalty here at the Red Bull Ring. So he's going to have to shake that, or he'll lose time. Well, he's 2 seconds up the road for the time being, so it'll drop him down to 1.5 seconds back, and it looks like he's already shaken the penalty as we speak. Again, you see they're running wide through turn 2. And again, the hotspots here are turn 2 and 3, where we've seen a lot of the action take place, and a lot of drivers outbrake themselves. The final 2 corners as well, is where we've seen a lot of drivers run wide as well here at the Red Bull Ring. So just 3.5 minutes remaining on the clock for Ra'ad Al Rafai, who leads. Walid Tahir in 2nd, and 3rd at the moment is Iyad Falata, who runs in that final podium finish position. Here he is, riding on board with him at the moment, and you can see that gap of 2 seconds between himself and 2nd position here in the Aramco Sim Arena. So now we're on board with 2nd position, Walid Tahir. 3 laps to go. We should have enough time for at least 2 more laps this time round. The 8th place car has gone round. Who was that? That is Abdulaziz Al-Saud, unfortunately. A podium finisher in a set of course, and there he is just running wide. Didn't quite beach himself. Got out of the gravel trap and spun just in front of Walid Tahir, who again also had a good race in a set of Corsa Competizione, but unfortunately here in this race here on Gran Turismo Sport, it's not going his way at all. So back with 2nd position, Walid Tahir, who is 15.4 seconds adrift from the race leader, but you can see there lurking behind him, Iyad looking for a 2nd place finish here. 2 seconds or less is the gap now between 2nd and 3rd place. Soon enough, Walid will have to play defensive. Now he just needs to keep him at bay over the next 2 laps, and he can stay on that 2nd step of the podium here in the Gran Turismo Sport final for the Marshals. Gap is coming down again, although still floating around that 2-second mark. It comes down depending on the corner as well, as we are a little cautious with the braking. Through the penultimate corner we go. 1 minute 47 left on the clock, so this should be the final lap this time round for at least these two drivers, but it looks to be our race leader will get at least 2 more laps in, and that's not something that he wants to do. I'm quite sure he wants to get this over and done with. Granted, he has got that gap of 15.4 seconds, but of course the earlier we get the race over and done with, the easier he can breathe, can't he? Because of course he's full determination here at the Aramco Sim Arena. So we are looking for another podium finishing position here around the Red Bull Ring. Nice cool head on his shoulders. It's further back by 16 seconds is Walid Tahir, who is up the road by 1.5 seconds now. So again, trying to close that gap in the braking zone there in Sector 1. But unfortunately, just mistiming that braking point can cause you more time than you can actually gain on your opponent if you brake late. So now down into turn 3 we go, for what could be either the penultimate or the final time, because unless Al-Rafai slows down, which I don't think he's going to do anywhere on track, we will have an additional lap. Now, where is our leader at the moment? I think he's working his way through the final corner, penultimate corner, so he will come across the line and he will now complete the penultimate lap, so we'll have 1 lap to go this time round, because there is the leader of the race by 15.7 seconds to the good. He continues on, he soldiers on now in the lead of the race. Not too much to worry about here for Al-Rafai. I haven't really spoken much about him either, because we don't get to see much of him because he hasn't been locked in any battles. Walid Tahir sitting in 2nd position as he comes across the line now. The clock strikes 0. Does he collect the checkered flag? Yes, he does. So 2nd and 3rd is secure for Walid Tahir and Iyad Farata, who will finish 2nd and 3rd across the line. But where is Riyad Al-Rafai? Because, of course, he managed to get an additional lap in here, so he'll have to circulate at least 1 more time here around the Red Bull Ring here in the Aramco Sim Arena. And, of course, after this, I think we'll dive straight into the final here, the final heat race, final actually, for Race Room. As across the line now comes. Thanks. As the rest of the field now work their way across the line to complete our final lap here of the Marshal's final here. The GT Sport final as well. It's been quite a tight schedule. And then you can see the drivers that have completed the race. They're all off the simulators here. As the rest of the field work their way across. Just 2 drivers left now to take the checkered flag. One of them being the race leader. And here he is through the final corner. And what a fantastic victory it will be for him as he will celebrate in style. Weaves across the line. And a well-deserved victory there for Al-Rafai. So we'll take a quick break here before the start of the Race Room final, where of course we'll be playing for 11,000 Saudi Arabian Riyals that will be distributed between our top 5. So stay tuned for that.